Hello children, welcome to the YouTube channel. I am your teacher Dakshayani, handling biology from Bardasnar Metric Higher Secondary School, Arakonam. Children, today we are going to see 12th standard zoology, chapter 4. So what is the name of the lesson children? Principles of inheritance and variation. So have you heard about these words before? Yes, what is inheritance? Yes, some characters we get from our parents. Some characters are transferred from parents to the next generation. So that is a inheritance. And what is a variation? In some degree we differ from our parents, right? So we do not exactly resemble our parents, but there is some variation. So studying this difference is the variation. So now, what is the branch of the science, or especially the branch of biology that deals with the inheritance and variation? Is genetics. Is genetics. So genetics is a branch of biology that deals with the study of inheritance. It deals with the study of inheritance and variation. Inheritance and variation. So what is inheritance? I told you the variation, the inheritance is the transfer of characters from parents to the next generation. Variation is that the degree of difference that we differ from our parents and ourselves, right? Next one, what is the unit of this genetics? So what is the unit? The gene. The gene, it is the hereditary unit. So we say that something get transferred from one generation to the another generation, some characters, that is due to the transfer of the genes. So genes are the hereditary factors. And now we are going to see what is a multiple alleles. What do you mean by multiple alleles? Yes, what is a allele children? A gene is otherwise called as a alleles. For example, in the botany we have studied tallness is expressed as capital T and dwarfness is expressed as small t and small t. Likewise, in some plants and animals we can see the multiple allelism. What is a multiple allelism means? If two or more genes are present in a same chromosome, same homologous chromosome, we say it as a multiple allelism. For example, in a homologous chromosome, what is a homologous chromosome? The chromosomes which carry the same gene are said to be the homologous chromosome if it contains two or more alleles in the same locus. Locus means location, right? Locus. For example, this gene is also located in the same place. For example, here this chromosome has a gene and same gene is located here in the same location. So such type of alleles we say it as a multiple alleles. So multiple allelism in human beings we can see in the hair color, skin color and in our ABO blood groups. So let us study how the multiple allelism is expressed in the blood groups. So first one, there are only three major blood groups. One is A, B and O, right? So A, B, O, the blood grouping was introduced by Landsteiner. What was the name of the person children? Landsteiner. He is a person who discovered the blood groups. So he classified the blood groups based on the presence of the antigen. So one thing we have to know children, antigens are present on the surface of RBCs. Antigens are present on the surface of RBCs and antibodies. And antibodies are always present in the plasma. Antibodies are always present in the plasma. So he determined the blood groups based on the presence of antigen. For example, you take a blood group. For example, the RBCs. The RBCs on its surface possesses the A antigen. What is present children? A antigen is present, hence the person possesses the blood group A. What is the blood group of the person with the A antigen, children? A. Likewise, the blood group of the person of B. Landsteiner classified the 3 blood groups based on the presence of antigens, and we already studied that the antigens are present on the RBCs. For example, this is the RBC, and if a person possesses the A antigen, imagine this is the A antigen, if a person possesses the A antigen on its RBC surface, we say that the person possesses the blood group A. Likewise, the another person on the RBC surface, if the B antigen is present, RBC surface, if B antigen is present, the person is said to possess the blood group B. And no antigens were present. For example, while examining the RBCs, if there are no antigens, we can say the person possesses O blood group. So, these are all the 3 major blood groups discovered by Landsteiner, A, B and O. So, there was another blood group called AB. This AB blood group was discovered by Landsteiner students, that is De Castello and Stirling. So, these 2 persons, they were the students of Landsteiner, and they discovered the new type of blood group, that is the AB. AB blood group, if we are examining the RBCs of with the AB blood group, you can see both the antigens. For example, on the RBC surface, you can see both the A antigen as well as the B antigen. So, you can say the person possesses the blood group AB. So, these are all the ABO blood groups in the human beings. And next one we are going to see how the multiple allelism inheritance is there in the ABO blood group. A person named Bernstein. What was the name of the person, children? Bernstein. Person named Bernstein. He proved that the blood group can be also determined by the genes present in the chromosome. There are also which chromosome, children? Chromosome 9. Chromosome 9. For example, if this is a 9th chromosome, right, and some genes are located here, and that gene in the DNA, some genes are responsible for determining the blood group, right. So, he named the genes as I. I stands for isoagglutination. Isoagglutination, or he also used the word letter L on the remembrance of the discoverer Landsteiner. So, he used the genes I and or L. For example, a person with the gene IA possesses the A antigen and the person with gene B possesses the B antigen, that is they possess the B blood group, B antigen, and with the gene with no antigen O, it is denoted as a no antigen. So, the person with the A antigen possesses the A blood group. With the B antigen, the person is said to have the B blood group, and with no antigen, they possess O blood group. So, this is the genes. These are all the genes responsible for the blood group. for the inheritance of blood group from the parents to the next generation. So now we are going to see again what are all the genes. For example, why IA should be responsible for the A antigen. It is also due to the presence of some enzymes. For example, IA, the gene IA possesses the transferase enzyme, that is N-acetyl transferase, N-acetyl galactose transferase, and it can add N-acetyl galactose amine, and the gene B possesses that transferase enzyme called galactose transferase, and it can add the precursor of galactose, that is it can add the precursor of galactose. And the person with the no antigen, no enzymes are produced. Hence, it is also called as a null group. The O group is also called as a null group since it do not possess any antigens. So, this is the enzyme, this is the gene which codes for the particular enzyme in a person. If there is no enzymes, we can say no antigen, we can say the person belongs to the O blood group, and we can write what are all the possible alleles from it, children. For example, IA is equal to IB. That is what it denotes, A and B are dominant, right? A and B are co-dominant to each other. For example, if a person possesses but they both are dominant to O blood group. So, with this we can write what are all the possible alleles. For example, if a person possesses the alleles IA, IO, what is the blood group of the person, children? The person's blood group is A. Why? Because A is dominant over O. So, O will not be expressed. So, the person possesses the A antigen only, and the person with IA also A blood group possess A antigen, denotes a A blood group. Next one, the person with IB, the alleles are IB, IO, what is the blood group, children? Yes, B, because A and B are co-dominant but they are dominant over the O. So, O will not be expressed and the person will be of B blood group. Next one is that IB. Then also the person we can say as possess the B antigen, belongs to B blood group. And if the person possesses the alleles IA, IB, what will be the blood group? Anyone? Yes, very good. AB. Why you said as AB? Because A and B are co-dominant to each other. So, both will be expressed. So, the blood group of a person will be AB. And if the person possesses the alleles IO, then we can say the person as possess the O blood group, right? So, O blood groups comes when both the alleles are IO. But when this IO comes with IB or IA, it is not expressed because A and B are dominant over the O. Now, with this we shall determine the blood group. By using the alleles, we can determine the antigen and what is the antibody present in the plasma. So, children, so what is the genotype? First we can write IA, this is a possible genotype, and next one is IA, IO, Next one is IB, IO. Next one is IA, IB and IO. So now we shall see the phenotype. A person with the genotype IA is said to have the phenotype type A. Phenotype with IO also type A only, because A is dominant over the O. So type A. IB, yes, very good, type B. IO, type B. IB, type A and type B. IO, type O. So this is a phenotype, and now let us write the ABO blood group phenotype. The person with the phenotype type A possesses the blood group A. Again the blood group A. With the type B and with the alleles IB, we can say a person possesses the B blood group, and here also B blood group. Next, the person with the alleles IB, we can say the person possesses the blood group AB, and IO O blood group. So now we know that antigens will be always present on the RBC, surface of the RBC. So the A blood group, what antigen is present, children? Yes, antigen A. Antigen A. For the again antigen A. For the B blood group, antigen B. Again for this, antigen B. For AB, antigen A, antigen A and antigen B. For O, no antigen, right? And now where should be the antibodies? The antibodies should always be present in the plasma, and the antibodies are of different group. For example, if antigen A and antibody A is there, what will happen? Agglutination will take place, that is a clumping of the RBCs will take place. So the antibodies present for the A blood group is anti-B, anti-B antibodies. Next one for antigen A, again anti-B. For B blood group, anti-A. For again B blood group possesses the antigen antibody A, and the AB blood group possesses both the antigens, antigen A and antigen B. So there should be no antibodies, because if A is there, antigen A will be agglutinized, and B is there, B will be agglutinized. So the AB blood group does not possess any antibodies, and there are no antibodies for O blood group, but they possess both the antibodies, that is anti-A as well as the anti-B. So for this reason, this AB blood group, since it does not possess any antibodies, they are said to be the AB blood group, we can say it as a universal recipient. Universal recipient. It can receive blood from all the other three blood groups. It can receive blood from A, B, AB as well as O. So AB can receive blood from other three blood groups. Hence we can say it is a universal recipient, because it does not possess any antibodies, and this O blood group do not possess any antigens. So we can say O blood group as universal donor. we can say it as universal donor. So this is the genetic basis of human ABO blood groups. It's an important 5-mark question, children. So now let us recap what are all the things we studied. First we studied what is inheritance and what is variation and what is the unit of heredity, children? Gene. And next we studied about what is the meaning of multiple alleles. And then we studied the ABO blood grouping, ABO blood groups in human, and next we studied the inheritance of multiple allelism in the ABO blood groups. So this is the assessment given related to this topic, children. Go through it. It is given in your description box. With this session comes to an end, children, and along with this in the description we have attached the question bank and study material for this lesson. Thank you, children. Have a nice day.